How do you? Welcome to the Soap Cam. We're making soap. That's where making soap is a way of life at Soap Central. Today we are making some very, very exciting soap. What am I hearing? Some very exciting soap called, I don't know what we're going to call it. We're going to find a name for it. No, I do know the name. I'm calling it butterfly magnet. Alrighty, what we have right here is that would be my nice hot oils, and I can't turn them too much further. So my hot oils are going to go right in this little bucket right here, along with these cooler oils. Alright, now I wish I had a different size that would stay on there. It's okay, I just want to get all that oil out. I don't like to waste any. You'd be surprised how heavy oil is and how important it is to get the chemistry right here. And that's only part of the fun. Alright, so now we have our bucket of oils. Put the camera over here and show you. Zippity doo dah. So now you got a nice bucket of oils. And they're really hot. Let's show you the temperature on those oils. Is there a backlight on this? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's 120 degrees. See that? Alright, so now what we're going to do is set the camera back here. We're going to mix up some live water. Now, I know people are panicky over live water and all that, and they're worried about... Well, by the way, before I get too long-winded and you jump off the channel, I wanted to show you soaps are coming in a little bit of, actually quite a bit of I can't, brain doesn't work without all the coffee. In some cheesecloth, like you know, it's. I find it. This is not exactly the way the strings are. I got a whole different setup. But here, I'll show you. Don't have one handy. But normally they come shipped like this, right? In a nice package like that. Everything's labeled on there ready. But what's the inside, you're going to get this, and so you can take off your cloth or whatever. You'll be able to hang this up, and it'll be labeled as to what it is. And this will keep the gooey soap from getting all over the place, because I know gooey soap is can be a messy experience. You know, you don't want to have a rolling pin all the time to make your gooey soaps. So this is what's left here, and what's not coming out of that thing that you can see at the bottom there. Put this over here. See in the bottom there, it's pretty hot now. That's lemon pulp and stuff, so I'm not putting that in. Although you could put any kind of plant matter in soap, because when you saponify it, you're creating a sodium out of the soap. You're creating a sodium out of your fat. Let's put it that way. And when you create a sodium out of your fat, what you end up with is, put the camera up a little bit higher. Hello. Okay, let me try something. There we go. What you end up with is soap being sodium and glycerin, and the two of those are the product of saponification, which is adding live water, which is an alkaline water made from the ashes of ashes. The ashes of hardwood. So the ashes of hardwood are soaked, and the water that comes out of that is live water. Let's do something here with lights. There we go. Alright, so now in terms of what we're going to do right now is make some soap. So let me go ahead and get the stuff I need for lye water. So I'm going to be needing, for this recipe right here, I can tell you, I can't tell you all the ingredients because it's secret recipes, of course. I can tell you all the ingredients, I just can't tell you how many, what's in there exactly, like size-wise, because if I do, then you'll know exactly how to make my soap. And you know, look, a lot of soapers are out there, and they're happy to give their recipes up because, let me get the focus going. The recipes they're using are basically well-known recipes. There's nothing like secret to them, but of course, Heinz 57 doesn't give you the recipe to what's in their ketchup. They tell you what's in it, but they're not going to tell you all the ingredients. So I'm not going to give you all the numbers, but I can tell you what's in it. And this has got olive oil, a lemon-infused olive oil with rosemary, and that's been infused together and just sitting, you know, together in a jar, basically infusing. And then that's mashed and macerated into a pulp, and then that's soaked in more oil, and then that's drained, and the pulp you saw remained, and it was all, you know, basically filtered out. And there was other pulp that was filtered out ahead of time. So that's been, you know, getting flavored, basically. And the idea is, let me get this. This camera's horrible. I know you're still. The idea is that the soap that I'm going to try to get in the light here. The stuff that I make is very good for your skin. And damn, that little sunburst of light right there. Anyway, so no more. Oh, the sunburst is still there. I don't care. So the idea is that my stuff is very, very moisturizing for the skin. So let's get this stuff put together. And I know people want to talk about lye, and they want to find out what's the deal with lye, and can I get lye-free soap? Well, my soap is lye-free once it goes through saponification. Of course, there's lye that makes the soap. That's sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Those two things are just basically. This water crystallized, the water's crystallized after it's put like into a drying process, and then the particles that remain is the sodium hydroxide, which is just soda ash, basically. It's in food, as a matter of fact. People use it in food. It's yeah, of course, anything in certain degrees are toxic and that can hurt you, but the point is that it's not going to hurt you in the soap. Soap can dry your skin, and people would assume it was the lye doing it, but it's really actually the fact that most big soap companies remove their glycerin, and they sell it to bomb companies and explosive companies for much more money than they do for selling it to you for your washing your hindies. So we're going to go ahead and give you the glycerin from the soap. We're not taking it away from you. So let me get my other ingredients here. Now, this is a crucial thing to making soap. You have to have a good scale. I'm on grams. Get my reading specs back on here because I can't see without these damn things, unfortunately. And so let me go ahead and I have to measure out some lye. Okay, so I'm going to measure out the lye after I get the water measured. First of all, I'm going to need, I measured this all ahead of time in a lye calculator. A lye calculator is basically what you use they have them online, there's a lot of them, and I use MMS lye calculator. I find it to be a really good one. What it does is basically you plug in your ingredients, and it'll tell you, without you having to do all the science and math, it tells you how much lye and water you need. So the idea is my bars of soap are very gooey and sticky, and that's why I put them in the wrap, because the gooey and sticky means they're so good, they're so filled with oils that they tend to break down, or they tend to fall apart easier. They're not going to stay as a solid bar, you know, which is okay. I mean, my soap's more of a liquid soap in a bar form, and the idea is I don't want to build up of plastic. I'm trying to cut down on this footprint stuff. And so the idea is by putting it in a bar, you can take it anywhere with you, take a tiny pinch off, and use that to wash with. And it'll go a long distance, you'll see that. But I figured now it's much easier to put them in the cloth, in the cheesecloth, because then it's a really nice washing device. And the rope on there is a basic, soap on the rope type, very soft cotton. You can totally scrub yourself. You won't hurt yourself. My burlap sacks, you don't want to wash with them. The burlap sack you put down in the shower, and then you can rest the soap on it. So the soap will have some place that's like protected to sit. You dig what I'm saying? That's what I did the burlap sack for. This damn light. No, I'm going to put this light on. Maybe it'll balance it. That should balance it. Yeah, so the idea is I'm trying to bring you guys healthy soap, you know. I need a container for water. Now, when you mix lye, you don't want to do it in I do it in something like this. This is porcelain interior in here. This one's got some soap around the edges. I'm not going to use this one right here. I'm going to find another one that's not so... Oh, no, that's okay. I'm just going to end up having to clean this out a little bit. But the idea is you want to put your lye in something that's going to withstand about 200-degree temperature because it gets hot. Now, I'm going to be doing it with ice today, so I don't need something like this. This is really going to be overkill. So all I need is a plastic container. Which I forgot that was right here. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is the cheesecloth right here. So this is what? Where are you? This is what wraps the soap. So you get it's like gauze basically, but it's really strong and it's food grade, very clean, very nice, perfect for washing with. Let me get this bucket rinsed out. Well, that is rinsed out. So I want to go ahead and I want to measure out my water. So I'm just going to use this right here. And tear that. The trick to doing this is ice. And, oops, I'm going to try not to drop it on the floor because you don't want to be falling down when you're dealing with this stuff. Okay. So now that's about 300 there, 250. Alrighty. And we're going to get one more quarter cup of water. It's all filtered water, by the way, RO. You know, people have a lot of qualms about just you having to use distilled water, but that's not necessarily the case. That depends entirely upon how hard or soft your water is, because what happens is the lye will react with some of the minerals in the water. Okay, so that's just the thing that people are concerned with. Now I'll take this and why do I use a plastic bucket? And that's because plastic bucket is not aluminum. Aluminum will react and create a toxic, deadly gas. So we don't want anything aluminum. We really can't trust these big companies because a lot of times they'll use aluminum pans just coated with something, and then the coating fails and the aluminum's exposed, and then you have a big problem. So we're trying to do this as simply as possible. And with the ice in there, it'll keep it cool and the fumes won't happen. So now we deal with a little bit of lye, put a little bit of the safety goggles on because we do not want any of this in our eyes. I personally am not panicked about my hands. I do have gloves, and for safety's sake, I am going to put them on. Just for your sake on TV, I want to show you the proper way to do this. Now, if I don't use gloves of my own, that's my own choice. But I don't want you to see that I'm not using gloves. Like if your kids are watching and stuff. Listen, I do follow proper procedures, you know. But anyway, and of course you don't want to get burnt by stuff. It's really not pleasant, you know. But you know, sure. So you want to use some gloves, right? Okay. So we're gonna do this OSHA standard, okay? OSHA. Like they matter. Here we go. So I keep my lye in a separate place under here. And I am needing approximately, oops, where the heck is it? Okay. I gotta look in my other container. I keep it in a separate container away from everything else because I don't want there to be any problems with it around the house. I don't want any spillage. I don't want to have to deal with it with the cat. I don't want any problems. So I keep it hidden in a special place. My damn things are getting fogged up all day. I can't see all of a sudden. So here we go. We got a nice thing of lye. And you can make your water up ahead of time. And I'm going to show you the company I use and stuff. Okay. Can't see with this stupid thing. So this is who I use. This is not like a promotion for these people, but this is who I use. And you can see this is caustic soda, food grade, 100% pure, used in soaps, cleaners, water. And anyway, it's done for water treatment, food preparation, pH buffer, and metal dissolution. Dissolution means when you take it out of solution, when you're trying to remove metals from something. This is used in the chemistry of that. So I am not crazy with these, about these, these tops, of course. What happens is when you open this, it's really difficult to keep this from getting everywhere. So I like to do this over with something underneath it. So I'll use a bag here, and of course I'm going to put this right here. Okay. I don't like to open these over the ground like that. Just you know, I don't want the stuff getting out. I have a cat, and I just have to worry about my little buddy. So let's just go ahead and do this. And a good way, if you do spill any of this, you put a little bit of water around. Like if you have a couple dozen, just wash down the floor. You'll be fine. So now what I usually use is these come in really handy, just basic containers. I recycle everything, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this container, put it on here and tear it just underneath so it's like a cup. Tear that. I want to put it on grams. Okay, so now my recipe here, I'm going to tell you how much. I mean, it doesn't really matter how much I tell you because this isn't going to give away my secrets, but it calls for about 100 and what was it? It's 190. Hold on. I got it right here on my computer. Now, one thing I am going to do is I am going to take my glove off when I'm messing with my computer because I don't want to go back and touch it later. So I need 291 on the lye, okay? So here, go ahead and I'm going to open up my lye real quick. And I'm just going to measure this gently. All lye, I mean, you get your basic Drano, that's what lye is, you know? So here, 290 grams, very simple. I do my measurement in grams because my soap batches are within 4 pounds. So here's 290. I'll try to go easy because I don't want to pour stuff back. I don't like doing that. It's just like it becomes a messy thing. So I go pretty slow in the beginning to get it to where it goes. And this is a bigger batch, so you can make all this water ahead of time, but then you have to remember to measure properly for each batch. And the lye calculators often just give you the separated components. They don't have them together as a solution. And that's why I like to just do this. Every batch is different, you know. So we're going to make a softer soap. So we're going to keep this to 290, which is a lower number on the scale of this recipe's what it calls for. Bam. Because there was 1 gram over, so now I shake it right over the top, right back in the garbage bag, and then this goes right back underneath in a container under here. It's out of sight, out of mind. And the trick to doing lye, and now I'll put my glove back on. Do this over the sink. Alright. The trick to doing this is to do it while the water's cold. Okay? I don't like putting these damn, I hate these gloves, they really are bad. It's actually going to get me in more trouble if I use this thing. So forgive me, I'm not using a glove on that hand, but I'll use this hand to pour, this hand to stir. Alright, sounds good. Here I got my plastic spoon up here. Yeah, let's get that off of there. Okay, basic plastic spoon, nothing special. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to, you want to pour the lye into water, never water into lye, because what will happen is you'll have a massive explosion. So you want to take your sodium hydroxide and you want to gently pour this into here, okay? And when I mean just very slowly, just pour it in. You're going to notice it. I'll show you the thermometer and you'll see the temperature change. So let me make sure there's no leaks in the bucket, no water, okay? Because we don't want this stuff leaking. It would be really a bad thing. I don't see any leaks. Alright, here we go. And I mean, just go slow. There's nothing really to fear here, as long as you're going slow. You know, don't splash it on yourself. That's the trick. Just go very easily and very slow, right? Get it all in there, stir it up. The temperature is going to rise. Take this out, put this in the sink. This gets washed real quick. Instantly gets clean. There's no remnants of any kind of toxins left in there because we do not want anybody getting hurt here, you know. So I'm going to take that glove off. I'm pretty much past the scary part here. I'm going to show you the thermometer and what happens. So let's see what the temperature is. Temperature is 119, 117. See? I'm going to take the camera. I'm going to show you. Look, it's just water. It won't eat your face. It'll burn you. It will burn your skin. But what do you do if that happens? Keep vinegar handy. Just keep vinegar handy, and you can always just use vinegar to pour on it, and it'll keep you okay. I used to do a lot of chemistry, so I'm fairly used to dealing with stuff that's dangerous, and it's not that terrifying. It's 135 degrees now. See, and you know, when you have goggles on and stuff like that, you can keep your eyes safe. That's what's important, is keeping your eyes safe. And just keep stirring, keep stirring. And once you feel all those little crystals are dissolved, you're putting it into solution, and then we're just going to leave it there for a second. Leave the spoon right inside, don't worry about it. Gotta get my glasses done here. So now what I'm going to do, so I don't get in trouble, splash this in my face, is I'm going to gently cover it with a paper towel. I'm not going to gently cover it, I'm just going to put a paper towel on the damn thing and move it over here. Clean up the mess here in case anything's spilled. Clean this off. Clean it off with a oil on the towel, right? And what happens is that those molecules instantly saponify, and it's a lot safer of a thing. See, now I just knocked into it. I mean, I'm lucky I had the paper towel. It'll absorb any kind of splish splash, because the stuff is volatile and it'll hurt you. But you don't have to sweat that much. It's not going to hurt you if you don't do the wrong thing with it. You know, if you mess with lye in the wrong way, it's going to hurt you. And of course, the thing is, don't get it in your eyes. It's one thing if you get it on your skin, you can handle that. But if you get it in your eyes, it instantly saponifies your eyeball because your eye has a lot of fat. So you don't want that. Got hemp seed. Hemp seeds. You grow a lot of plants with those. Those come in your soap. Okay, and here's what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a couple different molds. Here's your just basic wooden mold here. And a basic liner. You know, you can make these silicone liners, you can buy them. I'm going to also be molding with... Actually, since this is a big batch, here, you know what we'll do? I'm going to mold with some cupcakes. And we're going to make some donuts. So we got donuts. These are really nice. We got cupcakes. And we're going to have regular bars. So we're going to have a nice blend of whatever. Or do we want to make these all bars? Yeah, you know what? We're going to make these all bars. So let me go down here. Excuse me. Let's see what we got. What is this, double? Yeah. This is a double. Right here, this should be double what we need. And what I'm going to do is give this a good rinse. That's some nice music going on here. I don't know what happened. Cool. Here we are. We're at the job cam. I wonder if anybody's even watching. Oh, good. So it is. All right. Very cool. So let's get on with this. All right. Any old soap remnants? Get them out of there. Don't want to blend our soaps too much. Okay. Okie dokes. So this soap is made with olive oil, hemp oil, shea butter, and all kinds of goodies. So let's take these goggles off. Let me go ahead and take the temperature here. All right. We're at 141. I can feel the heat coming off that bucket. Alright, so nothing with the lime water will be set up in a second here, and we'll be able to pour our fat. We're making a hot batch soap here. This is a hot process, and I'm going to go ahead and move a couple things here. Put this over here. And put this over here. Let me pick a scent to scent the soap with. Oops, pardon me. Sorry. Okay, what are we going to use today? What scent we want? We want to make this soap is going to be since it is what you call it there. I can't remember the name of it. Since it is a butterfly, I call it. What did I call it? Butterfly magnet. It's going to be. Oh, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. I don't know what. Did I already take the scent out? I'm making this soap is going to be a beautiful scent called. I don't know what it's going to be. Jasmine. If I can freaking find it. This is fun. We're going to go through every scent here until I find my jasmine. I believe I took it out already. Wow, does that smell good? Oh my god. Let's see. Where's my jasmine, buddy? Where's my jasmine? Where are you? Come on, dude. What the? Alright, this isn't cool. This isn't cool. Let me just pull them all out of the box here. I don't understand where my jasmine went. I must have pulled it out already and don't remember. Oh, there it is. Jasmine. Ooh, baby. This stuff smells so good. This is going to be such a super scent. I'm going to try something here. I want to see about using rosemary with that. Oh, God. No, it's a little bit too medicinal. Too medicine. What about tangerine? Yeah. This is going to be tangerine jasmine soap. How about that, folks? Tangerine jasmine. There we go. Okay. Now, tangerine jasmine. Let's boogie on down the road. This is going to go. This goes in after the soap gets to the stage of heavy trace, thick trace, if you want to call it. Yep, temperature's coming down, which means she's starting to come into solution. Oops, easy does it, easy does it. So now what's going to happen is once that color is perfect, I know that that's all soluble. It's all in solution. It's a solution is what I'm trying to create there. And by making that solution, what I've done is made the base to make my soap. So we got the oil. Let's check the temperature of the oil. 104 degrees. Got my normal mixer. It bit the dust, so we're using the old home improvement method to blend the soap today. Normally you use an emulsion blender, but I'm using today my power drill. Okay. All right, now these are pretty much ready to go. So because this bucket's bigger than that one, I'll go ahead and put my live water right in there. You know what I think I am going to do, because I'm all back. Oh, here, I got this. Can I take this one right here? Here, use that. Oops, sorry. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and we'll mix right in this bowl right here. Pour in there later. So I'm going to go ahead and just going to pour my fat in here, because here's the deal. I don't know if this little container is going to be big enough to handle all the liquid. So rather than take a chance and overspilling, I'm going to pour this in here first. And keep all that. We're going to reserve that. And then we're going to go ahead and pour our live water directly in here and mix it up gently. So let's go ahead and take this apart here, put that in there. And here goes the mix. Ready? Here we go. Nice and easy. Nothing to be afraid of. This is probably going to set up pretty quickly because it's very warm. Get all that out of there. Alright, now easiest thing to do to make sure you don't get any messes, hurry up and do that and get the edge clean with a paper towel, and just put a paper towel in there and put this someplace out of the way. Away from food, away from your pets, away from everything. Now we got this in the bowl. And no rush, you don't have to rush. You take your mixer, make sure it doesn't go over crazy overboard, and just gently give this a swirl, okay? Now let's go ahead and I'll show you from the above view. Now watch your ears, you're going to get that weird drill sound. See how that looks right there? Okay? Not quite an immersion blender. It's not doing a bad job. I don't want it to splash, so I'm being very careful right now. I think I like this better than my immersion blender. Sorry, folks. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah. Don't get seasick. That was. Isn't that a beautiful color? Now you see we're getting towards thick. This is mild trace. This is tough with this camera. I'm going to put the camera down for 2 seconds. my glasses want to fall off, and I don't want them to fall off in. You see, there's really no peaks forming like you would if you were doing like whipped cream or cake or meringue. So right now it's at first part of the trace right now. Keep blending. You'll see it forms like streaks, which show you that it's a thick trace. That's when you add your oils for scent, but otherwise they'll be eaten by the saponification process. Right now we're doing saponificating. This is super saponic freezing, baby. Woo! I'll put that down for a second so I can actually work this. And fix my glasses. I don't want them to fall in here. See, it's starting to come to trace now, thicker trace. Ooh. This will probably take longer than the immersion blender, but that's okay. I don't mind. That's a funny sound. See, it's already going to be starting to come to trace now. See, I mean, this would have been a lot quicker with the immersion blender, but you can see it's getting thicker. It's like a sauce, you know. So just bear with me, we'll get it there. We'll reverse it. Yeah, see, if you're starting to the left, it might not work. That's a joke. That's a joke. Or a bad joke. That's just bad soap humor. was taking longer than I would have expected, but that's okay. That's what you would expect if you're not using the right tools. You know what? We're going to try something here. Well, actually, see, it doesn't even have to. It'll eventually saponify no matter what. It's going to turn into a ball of soap. So I'm just trying to keep it from going lumpy like soup with dumplings. Oh, here it goes. It's starting to get there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my fragrances in. Here goes tangerine and jasmine. Oh, mama. Oh, this is just too much. The smell in here is just unreal. Boy, I wish there was smell-o-vision, folks. One day we will have that. You can see it's starting to thicken up even more now. It's going to be there in about 2 seconds. You see it's starting to thicken really nicely. I just really want to incorporate that scent at this point now. Now it's ready to pour, but I really want that scent incorporated, so give it a good mix. Nice mix here. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple more things in here. Just put this like this so it doesn't fall, I hope. No, it shouldn't fall. It should be okay. Add a couple things here. Let's heat this up in the microwave. Let's heat that up some more. Okay. Oops. I'm going to add some honey into this mix. Alright, we add some honey there. Okay. And this one makes an ugly noise, so just hold your ears for a couple of seconds, okay? Just a few seconds here. I don't want to cause distress, cause you're distressed here with a noise. But this little mixer gets loud. This thing's louder than dirt here. La la la. Mix. All right, let it go. It's not, don't worry about it. So you see how the top of that is starting to form peaks? So it's coming to a nice thick trace ready to be poured. First we're going to add colloidal oatmeal into there. Honey and oats draws out all kinds of impurities in the skin. splashy splashy. You don't want to get this on you right yet. It's not quite in that mode of, okay, let me get that on you. Alright, now, we're ready to pour this. So here we go. Let's get our mold ready. And let's move you up, put you over here. Like a cooking show. This is fun. Here, ready? Drop this in here. I'm taking you from start to finish here. Now, this is going to have some little nookies on the bottom there. I'm not worried about that. I can shave that off, and it's not going to be too much of a deal. But this is a really nice mold because it's not too much outward. Like if you get lots of these, they're bowed outward on the edges, and that is kind of makes for a really an annoying mix. So here, just dump it, and let it pour, baby. Let it pour. Now here, let me get my scoopy spoon. Here, let's use this. Just I don't waste anything. I gotta make sure I'm still on, yeah, good Creative Commons music. Otherwise, I'm gonna get hit with some kind of stupid Facebook copyright nonsense. But this is Creative Commons music, meaning that you can use it for your publications without any worry of licensing, which is really kind of nice of people to do this. And I don't know the name of the people that are doing it right now, but if you want to know what music it is, I'll be happy to share with you their information. And, yeah, I'm very lucky to have my glasses on because I got a little goop on them, some soap goop, and that would have burnt my eye. A lot of soapers go blind, you know, at least one eye, because they made a mistake, and you know, mistakes happen, dude. People get sidetracked and make errors. I know this is like overkill them getting all this, but this is like a full bar of soap, you know. Anyway, so that's that. Put this over here for now. I'm going to wash my hands. And of course I'm using my own soap. Alright. Now, let's see. So that was it. That was a double batch of soap that I'm making right here because this weekend's going to be busy at the flea market. And I want to have enough olive oil soap ready to go. And I'm going to save what's in there for myself. Let me clean all this up. This stuff all messy. So there you go, folks. That's the batch of soap right there. Okay, that right there. That's your batch of olive oil and olive oil, hemp oil, tangerine. Jasmine, tangerine, jasmine, olive oil, soap. And folks, if you come over to bestsoapever.net right now, I'll hook you up with some extra goodies in your soap bag. And I need to cover this up and put it to rest because it has to cool slowly overnight. So what we'll do is I will do a reveal tomorrow for this soap. So I'll do the reveal for this tomorrow. And in the meantime, you can go over to bestsoapever.net and reveal some of my soaps to yourself. You can be really happy with some of this really awesome soap that I make. And when you get a whiff of some of the concoctions I create here, some of the magic, like some of my soap is not conventional as in terms of how soap is viewed in the world, you know, how people are purchasing soap, and you know, there's new trends forming. Actually, you know what I want to do? See, what I did is I got it was all over the place. Let's take that off. Take that off. And put that somewhere else here. For now, let's put that in there. What I'm gonna do is this. Is this right here? So I'll go ahead and cover that down like that. Put that down. And just put a little piece of something across there. Give me some of that tape. Here it is. Oh, sorry. It's horrible. Sorry. A little tape over there so it doesn't go through. And then what you do is you just cover this, okay? Because it has to stay warm overnight. And the idea is that it cools slowly and saponifies gently overnight. And all that lye that was in that lye water is gone. Look, my hands are still here. I'm still here. What can I tell you? Oops, let me come down here. Let me show you. Here, some of the cool soaps. Give you an idea here. This is one with everything soap. The stuff comes. This is like, oh, mama, it's good gooey stuff. Here's some. This is really nice Asian formula. This is a jasmine rice milk soap. Jasmine rice milk. This right here. These little nuggets are perfect hand soaps. This is a cocoa almond. This is like almond joy candy bar. This is coconut, almond, and chocolate. Excuse me. More hand soaps here. These are really good exfoliating, cleaning soaps, and they're good for the whole body, but they are exfoliating, so they're really rough on the private areas. But this is a good exfoliator, and this has got patchouli scent. This is unscented right here. This is a sage bar made of all sage. You see, I got fresh sage right here. You know, and I dry my sage and I macerate it, and I make your sage soap right over here. Sage soap. And these pucks are beautiful. And then I got these pucks right here, olive oil and rosemary, unscented, so you don't have to worry about it like if you're sensitive to scent. These are scented with anise, and these are coconut soaps, and these are good for people who live at the sea. And if you have a saltwater wash down on the boat, you can wash your hands in the salt water and actually get suds. These will suds in salt water. Olive oil, rosemary, donuts. These little gems right here are, oh my god, lavender Gooey-licious. This is a Gooey-licious right here, the Gooey-licious bars. These are dynamite. These are, this is Tiger Dragon right here, peppermint and clove. This is almond, naughty, everything naughty. What is it? Cinnamon spice, everything naughty. And we got some clove bars right here. These are great for exfoliant bars. These right here are another exfoliant, and these are good for, for any kind of skin conditions. These are made with clay, and they're made with honey and oats, and flaxseed, quinoa, and clay. These are dynamite. These are my red earth clay. These are really rough on the skin. You want to kind of use these for treatment. These are going to get rid of blotches. Well, you can use these all over you, but I would use them with the gauze that comes with them, because otherwise they're a little bit heavy on the exfoliant because they're made with flaxseed. It's a flaxseed and quinoa seed exfoliant. Really nice stuff. And the scent of these is mild, so you're not going to be overwhelmed and stuff. The scent of this one right here is going to be really strong, really something. If you like a scent, this is the soap for you. Like I said, it's I make it with olive oil, coconut oil, and really basic, and very basic ingredients. I don't go crazy with chemicals and stuff. You can get chemicals for your soaps, but I don't use them. I use natural, herbs. This is lemongrass right here. And if you want, I can. What I like to do is I throw some of these seeds in your pack now, so that if you want to grow lemongrass at your house, you can. And lemongrass will grow in many, many different climates. And it's a beautiful thing to have, because lemongrass is good for tea, and it's good for cold, it's good for a lot of things that ail you. So you want to use lemongrass. You do. You really want to use this in your diet. The best way to do it is when you get the stalks, you take the bottom that's growing in the ground, and you peel it, and then you can use it. Up here you can see a bundle of herbs that I use. Some of the soaps that I use will have daisies. This is daisies right here. This is dried daisies, and I basically take these Australia plants. Or what it is they're they have so many good benefits in a thing called Spanish Needle. Look up Spanish Needle online, Spanish Needle, and you'll find out all about Spanish Needle. Also, that one's also called a butterfly magnet, and that's where I got the inspiration for this soap. And the oil that's in there actually has Spanish Needle in it, so the Spanish Needle is good for all kinds of conditions. I mean, literally, it's one of the magic medicines of the world, and it's in the daisy genre. You know, it's a daisy. So that's beautiful things that we learn about soap, and I'll send you some samples of soaps, and so you'll get some cool samples to have and try out some other stuff. Okay, folks? Thank you so much, and this is Frank from bestsoapever.net. Come check out my variety of stuff. I got a lot of soap, a lot more coming, a lot of things on the way. These gooey soaps are just dynamite right here. This is a lavender soap, which I'm going to introduce to you. And they're literally, this is like a cream. It's like African black soap, really. It's very much super moisturizing soaps, but they really do clean well, and they also do leave your skin just absolutely beautiful. So, folks, thank you very much for your time, and welcome to the world of gooey soap. Have a good evening, and have a good day. And I'll see you out there. Go to my website now and get some soap. See you, folks.